Vivian. Welsh goes across, couldn't take the ball with him. Quick kick out of the centre for the Anakie side, but a socket off the ground, comes back to Walmsley. Walmsley to Bissett with handball. Bissett handballs it ahead of him, tries to get back onto it now. He's got the ball ridden into the ground. It spills free, but the umpire calls for it and we'll have a ball up.
Daryl Bissett appealing for perhaps a push in the back there, but not receiving it. As the umpire bounces down, up they go. Welsh went without it, hits the turf, hand pass comes out quickly to looks like Swennerson putting on the boot very quick. He's recovered from that knock. Down a half forward it goes. Coming out of defence, caught with the footy for mine. Might there have been Neville Gogol, the captain. The umpire never paid it, and they stack in on top of him there, and it will have a ball up just the attacking side of the centre for North Geelong. What did you think, Barry? Do you think he had plenty of time to get rid of that?
Yes, he did. I'll tell you what, I'd like to see Swennerson get onto a decent kick. I reckon he'll kick one from the centre here this afternoon. The bounce of the ball, tapped down by Alford. Picked up here, though, for the Anakie side. A quick handball out there by Elmer. It comes back to Bissett. Bissett chips it out wide where he's got Darren Friday. Friday handballs to Lawrence. Lawrence chips one round towards Totten. Over the back, the North Geelong player slips at the crucial stage. Totten thumps the ball towards the boundary line. Over it goes in front of the clubhouse at the interchange area, and we'll have a throw in.
Well played, the veteran Jeff Totten there, conceding inches to Hardman, but the boundary umpire throws it back in. Hand pass comes out wide to Swennerson from the player there in Jones, and Swennerson kicks the ball down the ground. Here's the chance for little Moroney. He's tackled, gets the hand pass in quickly. Jovanovic does the shepherding as it's picked up here by Dick, and Dick fires it right in the teeth of goal, but going back and taking the mark is Friday, and Shane Friday bursts across the face of goal and kicks it out wide. He's looking out here for Elmer. He knocks the ball on in front of him. Kick off the ground.
Oh, well done, Walmsley.
Beautifully done, Walmsley. Lands in the arms of his teammate. There might be Gavin out there, and no, it isn't. It's Phil Gavin. It is. He kicks with the right foot towards centre half forward, but the kick held up into the breeze, but unfortunately didn't make the distance. Playing behind on that occasion was Darren Jolly, and North Geelong were able to come away.
Here we go out to centre wing. Swennerson takes a mark. Got a player running down the centre. Handballs to him. Steadies now, though. Kicks from the centre of the ground. A high kick down towards centre half forward. They set themselves down there, coming out, and a great mark taken down there by the big fella Smilovic for the North Geelong side, directly in front, and he'll be kicking from about 50 metres out.
Well, the breeze will be some assistance here to big Steve Smilovic. He's got their only goal on the board so far. Let's see how he goes. Of course, Martin Widdowson not playing today for North Geelong. And Smilovic's got the honours in the forward line. Lovely kick, but it's just drifted away with that breeze barrier, yes. I think, for 1 point only. Would have been a handy one at the start of the quarter. 3 minutes gone in the second quarter on the Rockies' 24-hour locksmith time clock. Right,
Daryl Bissett down there to kick the ball back in for the Anakie side. I see Scott Hearn slipping around that far boundary line too. He's found him too. As Hearn takes a mark, has one bounce, has two bounces, runs to half back. A lovely kick down towards a half forward flank. He's got a lead from a player there who just couldn't make the distance, and that was Phil Gavin. And the ball bounces across the line, and we'll have a throw in between centre wing, half forward flank for the Anakie side. That was good play out of defence there by Bissett. Scott Hearn slipped around the boundary line. The kick found him, and they've got it down on their half forward line without a North Geelong player touching it.
Boundary umpire about to put it back into play. Walmsley's going to do some battle down there with Swennerson. Over the top comes Vivian, knocks it out of Walmsley's arms. In goes the player, and Edwards can't handle the footy there. Goes in after it again. Edwards tackled, loses it. What does the umpire suggest? A ball up. Probably the correct decision to be paid on that occasion.
Right now, even kicking into the wind, I see Camerado still down in the square. I thought he might have come out a little bit there, but the bounce of the ball favours the Anakie players. A handball there intercepted today by Jeff Marnie for North Geelong. Over the line it goes, and we'll have a throw in.
Well, as I said before, Barry, we're bound to see plenty of throw-ins on that far side of the ground. This is really blowing here today. He's got it now, the boundary umpire, about to put it back into play. This will be an effort to get it into the breeze. Good throw in too, gives the ruckman every chance. Up goes Vivian, wins the hit down, but it lands in the arms of Darren Jolly. Got the hand pass away, comes back towards Bissett, and Bissett kicks Anakie into attack, looking for the little fellow Totten, and Totten takes the mark.
Right, Totten from the far half forward flank kicks the ball down towards a pocket. Camerado on the lead. Will he make it? No, he doesn't. Jumps into the back of the pack. Oh, socket off the ground on the full there. Bad play, Reno Smilovic. And for North Geelong, and the free kicks to be taken over there for Anakie by...
Just waiting to pick him up. The umpire just putting Steve Hardman on the correct position, waiting for the footy to come back and the player to come back with it once more. And I think the player there is Stephen Green. No,
it's not.
It's Elmer. Elmer on the right foot, kicks it into the teeth of goal. Up they go. Big fist from Swennerson gets it away. Chance here for Craig Farrell to run onto the football. He does. Steadies. Gets around on the right foot. And he kicks North Geelong out of the danger zone. Looking out there for Jeff Bellwood. But Greg Bellwood. He's unable to take the footy. And we'll have a boundary throw in. Well done by Craig Farrell to get them out of trouble on that occasion. North Geelong. Boundary throw in. Half forward flank Anakie in attack. And we've gone 6 minutes into the second quarter.
Right, boundary umpire to bring the ball back into play. Another good throw into this wind. Up they fly. North Geelong get the tap down picked up here for them, and a quick kick down towards centre wing. Alford's over there. Can't take advantage of it. A socket off the ground towards the centre of the ground allows a small little player there for Anakie's. Handball's intercepted by Alford. The ball hits the turf. Welsh doing some strong work. Gets a handball out to Hearn. Hearn gets it out to centre wing. Another handball out to Totten. Totten over the top. He goes looking for a teammate there, but the ball over the line, and we'll have a throw in. And
they moved the ball well then. Unfortunately, the boundary line a bit close for Jamie Elwood, but they did move the ball well, Barry, into the breeze.
Yes, they did, but the wind sort of grabbed the ball and blew it away. This time the throw in, thumped over the boundary line by Bissett, or towards the boundary line. Totten using some heavy.
Gogol did it well. Eluded the tackle just as well he did. He'd have been in the hospital by now.
Yes, but the ball's gone over the line on the full, and the free kick to be taken on half-back flank for the North Geelong side by Farrell. Farrell now to drive North Geelong into attack. 7 minutes gone of this second quarter. Down towards Alford he goes, and a good strong mark taken over there on centre wing by the big North Geelong ruckman.
Yeah, Lawrence did everything possible to punch that one away, but Alford up in front took the mark. Now he plays on and centres the ball to centre half forward, but the kick's not particularly good. Up they go. Should have taken the mark there. Was Stephen Green, was it? Play on the calls. It comes out wide through the agency of Gogol, and Gogol kicks Anakie around the outer side of the ground. It's close to the boundary line again. It's going to be another throw in, Barry Walker.
Yes, I think the Anakie side must have a magnet over there between centre wing and half forward flank, because they're aiming for that side all the time, and the ball's just going straight out of bounds in the same spot.
Well, I think they know how to play their own ground with this breeze, Barry. They might have a bit of an advantage there.
Right now, waiting for the boundary umpire to bring the ball back into play. He'll need a strong back this afternoon, these boundary umpires, especially on their far side of the ground, because it'll be hard work to get this ball back in. Good throw in again. Up they go. North Geelong get the tap down, but it comes to Totten. Totten now from centre wing drives it down towards half forward flank, but North Geelong over there on half-hearted attempt for mine by Jeff Ryan. I thought he could have taken that mark, but he doesn't. Over the line it goes, and we'll have a throw in.
Got to forgive the players a bit, Barry. Remember that breeze swirling the footy around at the last minute? Upset Jeff Ryan on that occasion. As the boundary umpire is about to put this back into play, we see Vivian about to do some battle there. Swennerson comes from the back, and actually Swennerson won the hit down, didn't go to anyone in particular. Jones dives in on top of it for North Geelong. Umpire dives in on top, and he'll have a ball up again. And they're bottling the play up there, Anakie. I think they're working to a plan, Barry, just trying to hang on to that lead and perhaps sneak a goal or two into it.
Right, the umpire throws the ball up this time. North Geelong through Vivian, get that tap down. They try to burst their way through the pack. There was Hardman, receives a free kick, half-back flank, kicks the ball long towards the centre of the ground. They set themselves. Big Welsh comes out, couldn't take the mark, socket off the ground there, out where it is in the arms of Bissett. Bissett goes wide again to that half forward flank, and over the line it goes and out of bounds.
Yeah, repeat performance again. We're going to see a bit of it. 9 minutes gone in the second quarter on the Rockies 24-hour locksmith time clock. Rocky out there at Corio Village picks up all your locksmith problems. The trophies out there. Got everything you need out there, Rocky. Is the boundary umpire about to bend the back. He'll be ringing the chiropractor tonight, I reckon, thrown into this breeze. Oh, felt that one. In it comes. Up they go. Vivian goes up, but it's knocked away from him by Julian. Gets the big fist on it, inside 50 almost. Totten running onto the footy for Anakie, but he couldn't gather it in. And it's a boundary throw in, about 25 metres closer to the Anakie goal. They're working their way around that fence there, Barry.
Yes, this is real finals football in windy conditions here by the Anakie club at the moment. Oh, the wind grabbed that throw in and brought it about 20 metres back down the ground. Socket off the ground there for Anakie, but it goes out wide where North Geelong with handball. Get it to Vivian. Vivian's kick towards the centre of the ground. Overrunning the ball there was Jovanovic. Socket off the ground out wide, but I think the umpire's picked out a free kick, has he? And it's going to...
Got to wait for the ball to come back. It's gone into
North
the
Geelong player in trouble over there on the half-back flank too.
Just try and pick him up, Barry. Got the long sleeves on. He's holding the hands in the air. He's hurt under the ribs area, perhaps.
Right, the free kick's to be taken by Jovanovic over there on the far side of the ground, centre wing.
Might be Daryl Jones,
Good kick towards the centre half forward position, but back there Welsh lets the ball go through it. It's beaten them all. Walmsley tried to get to it, but over the line it goes and we'll have a throw in. Right, the ball out of bounds in the forward pocket for the North Geelong side.
It was Daryl Jones, the injured player. He's walking very gingerly, very slowly down to the play, which is not his forte. He likes to get right to the foot of the packs. Boundary umpire throws it in, knocked over the top by North Geelong. Here's a chance for them. Schwedderson's hand pass wasn't effective. Going in Maroney. He's got backup support there, but a little kick off the ground by Green might have been, gets it over the line and out of bounds. Boundary throw in again. He's earning his money this quarter, the poor old fella out there, the boundary umpire, and we're going to have another throw in 11 minutes into the quarter.
Yes, North Geelong still playing Vivian a kick behind the game, even though they're kicking with the breeze here this quarter, as the ball's brought back into play by the boundary umpire. Up they go. Welsh gets the ball down, but it's North Geelong at the bottom of the pack, ridden into, dropping the ball, the umpire said, and Bissett to take the free kick on half-back flank.
Anakie's Bissett with the footy. I think Anakie have put a lot of players onto the ball here, Barry, trying to bottle up the play. There seem to be a lot of players on the board at the moment, as Bissett puts the kick, a beautiful kick into this, right up to over the centre wing position. No one able to take a mark. Ryan's in there, diving in on top of it for North Geelong, and so too there is Julian, but the umpire's going to have this one. It's my ball, boys, and he's going to ball it up. Perhaps the attacking side of centre wing for Anakie.
Yes, that was a magnificent kick into the breeze. Right, from the ruck work, it comes to Swennerson. Swennerson over the shoulder, kicks one down to half forward. Walmsley taps it back to Bissett. Bissett now out to Totten on centre wing. Totten's taken the mark for the Anakie side.
Looking for someone further afield. Jeff Totten taking his time, making sure he uses the football well. That's a nice kick too into the breeze. Holding up into the breeze. Up in front, Julian's taken a lovely mark, and he's been a lively player on the forward line in the first half. And Julian needs to put the foot into it. Holds up into the breeze now. Camarado's underneath.
Oh, well,
takes a mark. Oh. Great effort, use of the body, and straight there, Barry Walker.
Yes, he just stood his ground. He made the lead and then just stood straight up and braced himself and took a good chest mark. Didn't allow the North Geelong fullback any latitude to thump the ball away. Now he'd be kicking, what, from about 40 metres out. Got to aim for the left-hand side to get the advantage of the breeze. Comes in with the drop punt. A lovely kick off the boot, but it's...
stayed left, I think.
Yes, it did. 1 point.
Well, the wind might have... It's really swirling here. The wind might have stopped a little bit. I thought Paul Camarado, when he kicked that one, looked very nice. Kicked to the right spot, but unfortunately, the wind did not bring it back, and 1 point only goes on the board in the second quarter.
Right, Smilovic to kick this ball in. If he kicks as well as he did in the first quarter against the breeze, he'll just about make the centre here. We've been playing, what, 13 minutes into this, the second quarter. Right, the kick in from fullback, a lovely kick out there towards the centre wing. Oh, and an equally good mark taken over there by Julian.
Been a live wire, Julian. Now he's just steadying a little.
Right, Julian now comes in a high kick towards the pocket. The wind holds it up. They set themselves. Oh, being held was a North Geelong player there, but they thump it away. They run onto the ball now, North Geelong. From half-back flank, get a handball towards the centre wing. Walmsley going in there strongly. Tapped away from him, though, by Farrell. Out towards centre wing. Picked up and kicked forward for the North Geelong side. Hearn runs onto the ball, half-back. Gets shepherded well. Long handball in towards Walmsley. Walmsley now from the centre of the ground. Spears a kick across towards centre half forward. Jolly gets one hand to it. Over the back of the pack it goes now. North Geelong.
Skoko's got it. Goes around a hand pass out wide to little Maroney. He fires out the hand pass to his teammate in Jones coming down the ground. He's pulled down after he kicked the footy for mine. Play on down the ground, the umpire said. And here's the big fella backing back and doing well down here is Hearn. He's in trouble now, though, as he's pushed over the line and out of bounds of a boundary throw in.
Yes, Jolly hurt his leg too over there at centre half forward. He's
in a bit of trouble, Barry.
Yes, he does. As the boundary umpire brings the ball back in. Over that back it goes, handball to Maroney. Maroney's quick kick down towards the forward line. The bouncing ball, socket off the ground by Friday. Picked up here by Dick. He has a quick shot towards the goal. It's coming back and it's gone through.
Yes, sir. It's a goal. Little Robbie Dick got it to bounce the right way that time. And they needed that one, Barry. That took 14 minutes of the second quarter on the Rockies' 24-hour locksmith time clock. And he's got their first goal for the quarter.
Right now.
Well, they needed that one, North Geelong. There's the time clock now, 14.5 minutes gone. Rocky's 24-hour locksmith time clock out there at Carrara Village. Certainly a much-needed goal by North Geelong because Anakie have been able to bottle the ball up on the defensive side of the ground for all that 14 minutes of that quarter. There's the Geelong Football Umpires League scoreboard. Anakie 3-5-23, lead North Geelong 2-3-15. It's 8 points the difference at the 15-minute mark we've now ticked into.
Right, the bounce of the ball in the centre. Down it goes. It's tapped out by Welsh. Handball to Swenison, no for North Geelong. Kicks the ball down, but the umpires called it back, and the free kick to be taken in the centre of the ground, and it's going North Geelong's way, and it's to be taken for them by Swenison. No, Jonesy's got it. Defensive side of the centre, looking further afield. Anakie players running into crowd the forward line as Jones puts it on the boot. Not a particularly good kick, consider it was with the breeze. Out in front goes the player taking the mark, Jovanovic. Cop one behind the right listener, I'd suggest too. That'll be ringing for a while at Ivan Jovanovic. He was the only player going for the ball, David.
Certainly was. The defender didn't look as though he was going to punch the ball at all, but got a glancing blow off the top of the scone, did Ivan Jovanovic. He's going to come in and kick from right on the 50-metre line. Kicks with the right foot. He's multi-footed, this boy.
Beautiful
Lovely kick from Jovanovic. He's kicked it. It's 2 goals in 2 minutes to the North Geelong side, and they're right back in the game. They trail by just 2 points now.
Yes, great goal there. The breeze did it for him in the end, but a great kick from the 50-metre line for the North Geelong side. We've been going 16 minutes into this, the second quarter, on the Rockies 24-hour locksmith time clock, and North Geelong creep that little bit closer. Yeah, just 2 points in it now. The Geelong Football Umpires League scoreboard bobs up right at the right time. Thank you, Scotty Parker. Anakie 3-5-23, North Geelong 3-3-21. And we've got a game on our hands now. Crucial game for Anakie. They need to win, Barry. Yes, they do. The bounce of the ball in the centre. Umpire Dower puts it down. A good bounce in the conditions. Welsh beaten for it by Vivian. But Totten gets a ball, kicks it to half forward. Here's coming through strongly is Ryan. Oh, Matt Solid. Oh, come on, umpire. He's hurt too, Jeff Ryan. He copped one there. His teammate has taken the mark down the ground. That's Jamie Marnie, and he's going to have a shot for goal. But Jeff Ryan's in a bit of trouble back there. That should have been down the ground in my book too, Barry Walker. It wasn't paid, but Jamie Marnie good enough to get underneath the footy and take the mark. Yes, the umpire did pay it down the ground, and he's talking to Totten here. But what was the Anakie player to do? If he'd have pulled out, he'd have been taken off the ground. Here's Marnie shooting for the goal mouth now. Long kick by Jamie Marnie. It's close. Wait on the goal umpire's a touch. I don't think it is. It's another one. 3 goals in 4 minutes to North Geelong, and they've come to life. I thought that the Anakie player had to be committed there, and otherwise I think either side would have taken the player off the ground if he'd have pulled out. I thought he was too late with the charge, and we agree to disagree on that one, Barry Walker, as the Rockies locksmith time clock comes up. 18 minutes now gone, and they've kicked 3 goals in 4 minutes, and they're in front. What's more, they're in front on the board on the Geelong Football Umpires League scoreboard. 27 plays 23, and still time for them to kick 2 or 3 more, Barry. Yes, it's same as the first quarter. North Geelong going against the wind in the first quarter. The first 15 minutes they held on desperately. Anakie's done the same in the second. Now North Geelong have got to run on. It's up to Anakie to stop it. The bounce of the ball in the centre, up they go. Tap down there. Welsh grabs it for the Anakie side. Bursts his way through. Goes wide out there to that half forward flank again. Being pushed or held over there was the Anakie player in Edwards, and he'll receive the free kick. Good strength shown in the middle centre bounce there by Big Welshie. I can't work out why they're going so wide out of the centre though. He goes across short. He finds Totten there. The kick was a bit long for Totten, but he might have paid the free kick. Used the experience to put the body in front of the player and the ball, and he's going to take the free kick. Jeff Totten not gaining much ground there. He's got another short pass. His kick's much better, and taking the mark down there is Edwards. He goes across with the right foot. Diving mark taken by Bissett, and Bissett, they've only gained about 10 metres in all that, Barry, about 5 possessions, and here's Bissett kicking the ball right deep into attack. That's a better kick, Bissett. Cameron flies from behind, but up in front, almost the mark taken there by Jeff Ryan, who's okay after that knock, and Ryan's going to take that relieving mark. Right, Ryan now chips one towards centre half back where he's got a teammate there, Maroney. Maroney takes a mark now on half back between centre half back and half back flank. Looking out wide, kicks the ball high, long over there, and a strong mark taken by Bissett for the Anakie side here on centre wing. Bissett now to put him back into attack, goes the short pass, got a lead, and it's come off too, and the mark's been taken by Gogol.
Here's Gogol with the footy, the captain. That's not a bad kick into the breeze, holding up a bit now. Up from behind, Julian couldn't mark. The ball hits the turf, little kick along the ground here by Green. Gets it into the forward pocket. Coming out there doing the good work there was Smilovic. Got rid of it. Out it goes to half back with a kick from Ryan. And a lovely mark taken out here. Fires the hand pass across. That was Jeff Marnie giving it across. Chance here for Jones in a bit of stripe. Has to run around on the right foot. Made space. Well played, Daryl Jones. Kicks long towards the centre wing position. Over the back's a chance with running onto the football in Cruz, who couldn't handle it. Goes back after it again, but the hand pass comes to Bissett, and Bissett relieves the pressure and tumbles the punt towards the centre wing. Here comes Jones again. Hand pass to Swennerson. Swennerson and North Geelong tumbles the kick also. It's pretty hot, torrent here at the moment. And coming out, here's a chance now for Anakie to go into attack. They do with a kick to centre half forward, shorter centre half forward, and up taking the mark is Elmar.
Right, Elmer now from centre half forward should go a bit direct. He's going in towards a pocket. He's got a lead from Camerotto. Should be a free kick to Camerotto. And umpire now agrees. North Geelong ran straight at Camerotto there. Didn't contest the ball at all. And Camerotto's got a free kick about 45 metres out on an acute angle.
And umpire Phil Dow right on the scene for that kick, Barry. That's where we like to see him, right at the foil of the ball.
This is a crucial kick for the Anakie side here in the second quarter at the 21-minute mark. A high kick from Camerotto. The breeze is holding it up, and I tell you what, he's got it.
Oh, what a kick into the wind. That was right into the teeth of the gale, Barry Walker. Sensational goal from Camerotto. He's kicked his third, and we played 21 minutes into the third quarter.
Yes, as light rain starts to fall here out at the Anakie Reserve this afternoon, and as I said, a badly needed one for Anakie. Gets them back in front at the 21-minute mark on the Rockies 24-hour locksmith time clock, and that's Camerotto's third for the afternoon.
Well, that was a sensational kick. There's 29 now. Anakie plays 27 North Geelong on the Geelong Football Umpires League scoreboard. As one of those umpires, Darby Munro's about to put it back in a play at the centre. Down he goes. Up they go. Vivian versus Welsh. No one gets a clean knockdown. Jones was a chance. In goes the player there in Elmer. He's thrown off the footy, and the umpire's going to restart the play, I think.
Yep.
He is. Phil Dow said, "Oh, fell it up and give him another go at the footy."
Right, the bounce of the ball just wide of the centre circle. Down it goes. Welsh gets in front, but Vivian beats him. Bissett's in there. So's Totten. Totten forces the ball out. Quick handball there. Allows the Anakie player to run through to half forward. Spears a kick down looking for Camerotto. Up they go there. Oh, great body work, Camerotto. Great mark.
Got another one.
And he hit the ground running after he took that mark. Kicks his fourth, and Anakie creep a little bit further away, but he used his body magnificently down there on the fullback, Smilovic. Took the mark running with the flight of the ball. No one in between him and the goals, ran straight in, kicks his fourth at the 22-minute mark if the Rockies clock had stay still for a minute, and the score, David.
Anakie 5-5-35, North Geelong 4-3-27, brought to you by the Geelong Football Umpires League. Sensational play, Paul Camerotto. 5 minutes ago, it was all North Geelong. They'd kicked 3 goals in 4 minutes, and he single-handedly lifted Anakie right back into the game. The supporters have gone berserk with those 2 goals. Well done by Paul Camerotto. He's kicked 4 goals out of 5. You can't do much more than that, Barry.
No, you can't, but you've got to go back to the centre where Totten went in after that ball at the bottom of the pack, flipped it out there to Carter, and Carter went bursting out of the centre and got it down there to give Camerotto the chance.
All right, back to the centre. Phil Barr about to bounce this one down.
Or it might have been Stephen Green. They're alike, those two players.
Actually,
up they go.
It down, and actually the big fellow, Welsh won the hit down, but it's taken away out of the centre by Craig Farrell for North Geelong, who kicks the ball towards centre half forward. It's spilled out wide, and Moroney's a chance to run onto the footy, but he can't get there, nor too can Jamie Elmer, and a boundary throw in, perhaps half forward flank with North Geelong in attack.
Yes, Mick Carter socked that ball off the ground from centre half back, went straight across the ground to the safety of the boundary line.
I've got that player that got it out of the centre. It was Phil Gavin.
Right now, we're waiting for the boundary umpire to bring the ball back into play. Throws it in high. Up they go. Alford gets it down, but Shark here and kick forward, but Ryan's in the road. Ryan for North Geelong drives them back into attack. Up they fly. Oh, Lawrence went up before acceptances. Comes down where North Geelong get a quick kick through Moroney. And a good kick too. Oh, why didn't he mark it? The big fellow in Smilovic tried to tap it on, but at the bottom of the pack, North Geelong picked the ball up. Handball to himself. It's kicked back towards half forward. In the way is Lawrence, and Lawrence has taken a mark for the Anakie side.
Robbie Dick wasn't sure what he should do with that one. Eventually got the kick, but Lawrence took the mark. He's played on immediately, gone wide to Bissett in the back pocket. Bissett looks for his former Newcombe team player in Welsh, and Welsh thumps the ball along 20 metres. Then we'll have a boundary throw in way out there on the centre wing position.
Good defensive play there by the Anakie side. Bissett was over there in the pocket and Lawrence kicked the ball backwards, but they've gained, what, about 50 metres, and they're on the defensive side of the ground.
Waiting on this one to come back. Boundary umpire's got it now. He puts it back into play. Alford versus Welsh. Welsh wins it easily with a big thump. Gains another 15 metres into the breeze. It's all valuable stuff. Hand pass was astray. Picked up by Jones. He's under pressure. Can he get around? He does on the right foot. Well played, Jones. Kicks the ball over half. Oh, up they go. Almost from behind. Jovanovic almost took a beauty. Couldn't hang on at the crucial time. Come down to Craig Farrell. He has to kick in a hurry. He does. Then goes Jamie Marnie. Gathers the footy. He kicks the ball. Just tumbles it into the forward line. Out comes Bissett. Kicks it up the ground like a soccer player, and backing back, taking the mark here is Ryan. Yes.
Handballs to Jones. Jones kicks down forward. It hits the turf down here. Hearn goes across, misses the ball. Good play there for Anakie at the bottom of the pack, and coming through strongly is one of the Fridays. Gets it across here to Elmer. Elmer now kicks the ball from half down to half forward. Julian's got a chance if he's quick enough, but a little fella running through there picks it up, has a flying shot towards goal.
I think it was Gavin, I think.
He's got it. A great goal there for the Anakie side. Great desperation back here on the half-back flank by Darren Friday. Got that ball out of defence, and a great goal kick there for the Anakie side by number...
Just can't get him at the moment, Barry.
He's just having a drink. Number 10.
Number 10 it was.
Lucas Edwards.
Lucas Edwards. I saw the 1 in the number and I thought it might have been Phil Gavin.
But
yeah, pretty handy goal into the breeze. That's a good one.
That's 3 they've kicked into the breeze in the last, 12 minutes at the 26-minute mark of the second quarter here on the Rockies 24-hour locksmith time clock. Geelong Football Umpires League second quarter. Scoreboard Anakie 41, North Geelong 27.
And the umpire, Darby Munro, starts the proceedings again. Up goes Welsh. Bissett crashes his way through. Gets the hand past the goal kicker in Edwards. He gets a hand pass to a teammate, kicks up the ground. Player held without the footy here for North Geelong. Going back to take the free kick. Might be Ryan, is it?
No. But it was bad play by the Anakie player. Oh, the kick comes out here. Swenison takes the mark, plays on quickly, spears the ball down towards half forward. Up they fly.
Jovanovic this time. He's pulled it a beauty.
Great mark there taken by Ivan Jovanovic.
And Hearn is hurt.
Yes, he wore the knees.
Yeah, beautiful mark. Jovanovic got up a mile and hang on to that one now. He swings this back in with the breeze. Lovely kick, Jovanovic. Bissett's down there and puts the fist into it. Over the line and out of bounds it goes.
Right now, 27 minutes into the quarter. Anakie won't want to give away a goal now. I think they'll go defensive down here in the pocket as the rain, steady, misty rain falls out here at the Anakie Oval this afternoon. Going to make things more difficult for the players as the boundary umpire brings it in. Over the back of the pack it goes. Kicked out here quick for the Anakie side. Swenison overrun it. Picked up here and kicked towards the centre wing. Defensive kick, Anakie. And can they find the safety of the boundary line? Being a good
Julian
play.
Taps it back. Well done, Julian, and well done too. The player getting out of there in the first place was Stephen Green, who's played a fair game for them.
Yeah, Darren Jolly was a...
Jolly it was. Yeah. I was looking at him upside down. It was number 6 instead of number 9, Barry.
Well, he was on the ground.
He had his back to me. Boundary umpire throws it in. Up over the back, Darryl Jones went without it. Hand pass comes back towards Alford. The game's loading up. Alford went without it. Here's the player getting a kick. Green goes out wide. Here comes Totten. Here he goes on the cricket pitch. 1, 2, 3 bounces. He got to 4. No, he's gone the pass out wide.
Beautiful
lovely kick
play,
by Jeffrey Totten, and he's found, looks like Edwards down there, and Lucas Edwards takes the mark. The lead is on, the pass is on, and the mark is taken by Pat Camarotto.
By gee, they've played well in the last half of this second quarter here, Anakie. They've been desperate in defence, and they've gone forward, and here's another chance for Camarotto. He's kicked 4 for the afternoon. Comes in, the drop punt. Lovely kick off the boot, and
they're all clapping, Barry.
Oh.
Sensational play. Camarotto kicks another one. And we've gone 28 minutes of the second quarter on the Rockies 24-hour locksmith time clock. And sensational play from little Totten. He done very well. Bounced 3 times on the cricket pitch. That's once every 7 yards, Barry. But his pass was sensational. And he found his teammate in Edwards. He got it over to Camarotto on the lead. And he hasn't made a mistake. Yeah, he's kicked 2 behinds. I guess you'd call them mistakes. But he's been tremendous, especially in this second quarter.
Yes, Edwards over there in the half-forward line's been a live wire for him too at the 29-minute mark, 28-minute mark of the second quarter on the Rockies 24-hour locksmith time clock. Geelong Football Umpires League. Anakie 48, North Geelong 27. The bounce of the ball. Welsh grabs it in the centre, gives a handball, puts his Bissett under pressure, but it's Anakie coming out of defence again. Desperation, flip it out. Here's another chance for him. Picked up here by Wormsley. Loser comes back to Bissett. Bissett goes wide out towards the centre wing. Players racing for it now. Edwards is in the van, but he sees it over the line and will have a throw in far side to ground centre wing. What crucial play that was down here when the ball was out of bounds beside the point post. I said Anakie wouldn't want to let North Geelong get a goal, and what have they done? Come out of defence and kick one themselves.
Got it out well through the agency of Stephen Green. Did very well, and so too did Darren Jolly. We had him upside down there for a while, but they've burst right back into the game here, Anakie. They look down and out halfway through this quarter as the umpire puts it back into play. Orford wins the hit down, comes back to Orford by hands. He kicks hurriedly with the left foot, has to tumble it. No one able to take a mark. 3-on-1 back here as going back. Mickey Carter's got it. He's well tackled there by Bellwood. Gives it across to Lawrence. He gives it across to the big fella Bissett, who turns, puts the foot into it too. Down deep he goes. Over the back, Julian's a chance, can't gather. And going back, Craig Farrell taps it over the line out of bounds. Boundary throw in. And again, Anakie moved the ball well into the breeze.
Yes, they do. They're playing that side of the ground quite well here as we've been going just on 30 minutes into this, the second quarter here at the Anakie Reserve. Rain has ceased out here, and I think the breeze might have dropped a little bit too.
I think it has too, Barry. We don't seem to be blowing around as much as we were before. As up they go, Vivian wins the hit down to Moroney, and Moroney of North Geelong kicks them towards the centre wing. Orford's in the van, pushed over the line out of bounds is Dean Lawrence doing the pushing, and a boundary throw in centre wing position. Barry Walker reaches for his fag. We had to call the footy last week by the glow of one of these. It was that dark at Anglesey.
There's the
siren. So you can light one up, Barry, and be happy about that, because we played 30 minutes of that quarter, but brought Rocky's 24-hour locksmith time clock quarter, and a real pressure quarter it was too, with North Geelong opening up very well, getting away there halfway through the quarter, kicking 3 goals in about 5 minutes, looking as though they're going to go right on with it. But let's give credit to Anakie. Didn't they come back, and Camerotto capped it all off for them?
Yes, he's done the damage up in the forward line. He's kicked the goals for him, but you've got to give credit to the players further upfield. They're the ones that have been bringing out the ball out of defence, and they've played quite well. As you say, that second half of that second quarter was a great quarter for the Anakie side, where they're on 7 goals 5-48 at half-time on the Geelong Football Umpires half-time scoreboard. North Geelong 4 goals 3-27, and I think Anakie can go into the half-time rooms well pleased. I think North Geelong have got to do a little bit more thinking about the game, and I think we're in for a crackerjack second half of football here this afternoon.
Barry, I've got to tell you, I did tip Anakie by 4 goals, and they lead by 2 at the halfway mark. I'm not far wrong at the moment. I think Anakie can go on and play in the finals. 48 plays 27 at half-time here at the Anakie Reserve. We'll take a short break.